Well, now that my maple season's over, I'm trying to get the logs that came down last year in the ice storm harvested off of the top of my property before they opened the roads back up. And I just pulled a cherry tree up the hill, and unfortunately I couldn't film it because I'm all by myself and I don't have a tripod, but let me show you what I got. It's probably not showing up on the screen how steep this is, but if you notice that stump down there, that was a rather good sized cherry tree. Unfortunately, it ended up a little bit shorter than what I had hoped. That came down in the ice storm last year, and those are the two top branches that came down. They're forked. It's really steep right here. I'm gonna guess 12, 15 feet, almost straight down off the hillside. And I've been wondering how to get this tree, because cherry is my favorite wood, and I hate to see it go to rot, which is what happened to the top of that section down there. And what I did is I bought a fetching log arch from Logrite last year at the Paul Bunyan show, and I'll show you that here. So it has a few different parts on it. Here's the arch portion, some oversized tires. It has a grapple. Up there on the road, there's a part that goes on the front here that I can hook to my hitch right there. That's how I got it up here. And it has a winch on it, so you can actually hook this to a side-by-side or a tractor or whatever. You get the log, you can either use the grapple on there to lift it up, or you can use the winch with a cable on it. Why this is called a fetching arch, it's pretty slick. And again, I apologize for not being able to film it, but what you do is you take the arch here, you position it over the log slightly in the front, you get the grapples on it, and then you hook a winch cable onto that hook, and it pulls this arm down, lifts the front of the log up off the ground, and moves it. And I was wondering how it would work on a hill this steep. You can see there's some pretty big rocks down there. This thing did amazing. It just flew right up the hill. Now granted, my winch is pretty powerful, and my tractor is too, but this far exceeded my expectations. I'll show you this log. I'll try to not fall down the hill here. All right, I just got back to the lot, and again, I'm really impressed with this thing. I thought I'd take a shot of it hooked to the back of the tractor so that you can see how that works. And if I remember to grab the tripod, I might film grabbing those other two smaller logs. But you can see that there's a few different ways you can hook this thing up. I mentioned the winch attachment, which goes in here. Actually it's up in the front of the tractor, but that would go and then hook to the hitch. This actually was a lot easier to do it this way, so I just lifted the back up with the grapple, strapped down the straps to the log, and then use the skidding winch to lift up the front end. And this thing actually handled like a dream. I didn't even have to do any kind of a three-point turn or go down to the bottom of the hill and turn around and come back. I actually could make a pretty sharp turn with the tractor into the driveway, which I can barely do that with just the tractor. Having that in the back didn't even cause a problem. So man, this thing's really nice. It sure beats dragging logs down the street and leaving big ruts in there and getting all kinds of dirt and gravel jammed into the log, which is what I've done in the past. So moving up in the world. So we'll see if I manage to grab the tripod and can get some shots of the other one before it gets dark. I should have filmed the other one because it came up pretty straightforward. This one's at a terrible angle. I'm gonna give it a shot. Sorry, I noticed things crooked here. I don't know if I can actually, nope, I'm not gonna be able to straighten it. I'll give it a shot, see how it goes. No one may ever see this if it ends in catastrophe. wasn't a catastrophe, but the front of the log didn't get up high enough to clear the rock, but at least it's positioned better now. So I think what I'm gonna do is move the tractor around to the other side so I have a better distance to pull, and I'll set the camera up over on that side and we'll see how this goes. All right, here's take two. I give this about a 30% chance of working because I can't position the grapple ahead of time, so I have to rely on the winch pulling the arch down and then the grapple positioning itself and grabbing. So we'll see if that happens. Well, it worked. Hopefully that came in pretty good. I think I'm going to sign off here. I do have a bit of a pickle though. I did not give myself enough room between the tractor and the other log I pulled up. So now I got to figure out how to do that. So I'll do that and hopefully get these things down to the lot before it gets dark.